Hey guys, what's going on? This is Justin Coffin for the 330 Sports Show. The Cleveland Guardians are going to take their first pitch in their new era, starting officially on April 7th at Kansas City. So you can see the April schedule. They'll be at Kansas City. They'll come back to Ohio, but play down in Cincinnati for a two-game series. They'll come home for their home opener on Friday, April 17th, against kind of a interesting opponent, the San Francisco Giants, April 15th through 17th. They'll also be home for the Chicago White Sox. The following series, they'll be at the New York Yankees, and then so they go to New York, and then they travel all the way out west to play the Los Angeles Angels, and then the Oakland A's on a West Coast trip. So that's what the Indian schedule, I already did it. That's what the Guardian schedule looks like to begin the month of April. The Guardians are going to have one of the youngest teams in all of Major League Baseball. However, they are going to be, led by their starting rotation. That starting rotation will feature the ace, the former Cy Young Award winner, Shane Bieber. He'll be making the opening day start in Kansas City, his third consecutive for the Tribe. Then we will have Aaron Savale, most likely in the number 2 spot, Zach Plesac in the third as your third pitcher. Cal Quantrill, who really came on late last year in the second half of the season, will be your number 4. And then Tristan McKenzie, who's going to do a little bit of long relief at the beginning of the year with a couple off days, will slot into the number 5 spot. But the Guardians really have high hopes for him going forward, and you could see some flashes of that last season. Let's take a look at the bullpen depth. They're going to have a lot of guys in the bullpen. We're going to have Emmanuel Clase. They just locked him up for a while. So he will be your closer for the foreseeable future. And this guy throws maybe the hardest in all of baseball. I believe last year he registered the most pitches over 100 miles an hour in the major leagues. James Karinchak, he is an X factor, I think, for this baseball season. He was one of those guys that sort of struggled once baseball started investigating the baseball a little bit, like the sticky substances. And he just makes me nervous. He's got those like rosy red cheeks, and he's real fidgety on the mound. So hopefully he can get it together and be that setup guy for Emmanuel Clase. So you got the back end kind of locked up with Clase and hopefully Karinchak getting things going. Brian Shaw is also back there. You bring him back. He is the veteran, obviously, on this very young team, but he's getting older, has susceptible to the long ball, but can get you out of some tough spots if needed. You also have Trevor Stephan back there. You have Eli Morgan, who's able to be a starter or come out of the bullpen. You got Anthony Goes. You got Logan Allen, who can also start for you if needed. Sam Hentage, same thing there. And Nick Sandlin. And then the Guardians are going to put Connor Pilkington on their opening day roster, giving you another lefty. You actually have 4 lefties now out of the bullpen to play a little matchup if needed. But they got him in the Cesar Hernandez trade with the White Sox last year, and he's a young pitcher that I think the Guardians think highly of. Let's take a look at the infield. This could be flexible. We'll see. But Jose Ramirez is going to be your third baseman. Austin Hedges is going to be your catcher. Most likely, Andres Jimenez is going to be your shortstop. He was kind of the prize piece in the Lindor trade last year, and just didn't quite find his role. But I think he's going to be a great shortstop. Hopefully, the bat will follow suit with Andres Jimenez. Yu Chang looks to be the starting second baseman to begin the year. We'll see if that holds. Obviously, Ahmed Rosario is a candidate for that position as well, but you got a lot of flexibility on this Cleveland baseball team, and most likely Bobby Bradley is going to be your first baseman. Brings a lot of power and a lot of hope, but brings a lot of inconsistency. So if he can figure it out and get it together, that's really going to make this young team, just help them that much more. Then the outfield. The outfield is sort of the mystery. You have Miles Straw in center field. I think the Indians found their center fielder, picked him up in a trade last year and did some good things. He's probably going to be your leadoff hitter. You got Ahmed Rosario moving out to left field, it seems to be. Not the best outfielder, but brings a nice bat. And, if he can play you just some normal, average, quality defense, doesn't have to be spectacular in the outfield, but just make the plays you need to make. I think that's what the Indian did it again. The Guardians are looking for. Josh Naylor would be your right fielder, but he is going to start on the 10-day DL, still rehabbing from that pretty gruesome ankle injury he suffered last year. So he will eventually take over in right field. And then I think to start the year, you're going to see a platoon of Oscar Mercado, Bradley Zimmer, and this Stephen Kwan, who is a rookie and made the team. So hopefully he will push for at bats as Mercado and Bradley Zimmer are out of options and not doing a whole lot in spring training. So if we take a look at the potential batting order, now this is just my opinion, could be right, could be wrong, we'll see. But I think Miles Straw is going to lead off. Probably going to have Ahmed Rosario in that second spot. Really nice hitter, can do a lot of things at the plate. Your best hitter by far, Jose Ramirez, one of the best players in all of baseball. At third base, you're going to have Franmil Reyes, a lot of power there as your DH. Bobby Bradley at first base, Yu Chang most likely at second, Austin Hedges at your catcher spot, and then one of your platoon guys at that 8th spot, and then Jimenez at the 9th spot. Some of the other guys to make the roster that, again, will probably be, filling some roles, whether it's being a backup or, a spot starter, or, who knows, maybe eventually emerge as a starter. But Brian, I butchered his name the first time I did it, Lavesta is going to be your catcher, your backup catcher right now with Luke Maley on the DL. You're going to have Owen Miller, who's very versatile, but a highly touted prospect. Can play a little bit of second base, play a little bit of first base for you. Different spots in the infield. Might even be able to play a little third base if needed. Oscar Mercado is going to play some outfield. And again, him and Bradley Zimmer, both out of options, but should be able to play solid defense for you. But the question is, will the bat be there for either of those guys? And if they can get it going, then that would be great news for this team. But if they can't, you're going to have to start playing some of these younger guys. Other names on the opening day roster, like I said, Luke Maley will be on the DL to start, but he will be back. Tyler Freeman is another highly touted infielder that could make a name for himself. Ernie Clement, and then Stephen Kwan as your 4th or possibly 5th outfielder. The major concern, now these were from Spot Track, the website, as of early April, so last week. But if you look, there's 4 teams over the $200 million mark by payroll. And that is the New York Mets at $243 million, the LA Dodgers at $234 million, the New York Yankees at $224 million, and then the Philadelphia Phillies at $202 million. the league average payroll is $123 million. Then the bottom three teams, and it's not even close. I mean, Oakland's kind of close, I guess, but 28, 29, 30. The Guardians, right now, based on the numbers I've seen, are right around the $36 million mark. The Baltimore Orioles at the $26 million mark, and the Pittsburgh Pirates at around the $24 to $25 million mark, which to me, $243 million is too much, in my opinion. I think there needs to be a salary cap. However, with that said, I also think there needs to be a salary floor because, you have a 26-man roster. I believe they start the season with the 28-man roster. And, guys making, less than $2 million on average per player is a little bit low. But guys, when you break it out to guys making an average of $10 million per roster spot is a little ridiculous too. So I don't know what baseball needs to do. My opinion doesn't matter, but I really, really think there's the haves and there's the have-nots. Again, bigger markets equal more TV dollars, which equal bigger salaries. And, you can kind of buy more free agents, which is totally understandable. However, these smaller market teams, the Guardians, the Orioles, the Pirates, the Athletics, teams like that really need to have a set salary floor where they need to be paying some of these guys and be encouraged to bring in some of the free agents. So it's hard to put an arbitrary number on it, but I think something should be done, whether that's, $200 million as a salary cap, and, a percentage on the salary floor. I don't have the answer, but I do think that is a problem, and it definitely needs looked into because the difference is staggering. I mean, we're talking the entire Pittsburgh Pirates payroll is lower than several players on the Mets or the Dodgers or the Yankees or the Phillies. And that's just not an equitable situation. So that's just my 2 cents on that. No pun intended there. But yeah, so hopefully the Guardians can get off to a good start, and we'll see what the season brings.
Moderate. So we're going to have Edgar, Greg, Jim, and Brett make the selections. So they're each going to draft 5 players. Or 5 people, I should say. They're going to take 3 positional players. So either a catcher, infielder, outfielder, any combination of those 3. They're going to take 1 pitcher, and they're going to take 1 coach, and they can take those in any order. It doesn't matter. We're going to do a snake draft. We're going to have 5 rounds where Jim's going to go first, then Brett, then Edgar, then Greg, and then reversed on the way back. So you guys good with that? You ready to get started?
Yep. Let's do it.
All right, let's go. And again, we said fictional players. If any thing needs moderated or decided, we can decide as a group on the way through. So with that said, Jim, you have the first pick of the fictional baseball draft. So what are you going to do?
We can get the little music going. All right. So with the first pick, I will take Roy Hobbs from The Natural. Plug him into the cleanup spot.
Did he have a position he played, or was he a DH?
He was out.
right field.
Right.
Right field.
Okay. Okay. All right. Very good. Hard to go against that pick. All right, Franklin, you are up for pick number 2.
Little side, wasn't Roy Hobbs a pitcher to start? Is that?
He was. He came up a pitcher.
Yeah, he came up as a pitcher, then he got shot, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
By,
Anyway,
by our favorite female
Hershey.
sportsman.
Oh wait,
We'll get to her.
if I get Roy Hobbs, do I get Bobby the Bat Boy with them too?
I think you
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
I think you get Wonder Boy and the Savoy special in your bat bag too. So you're pretty.
I'll take all of it.
That's
it's
a
why he was number 1 on my list too. It's a good pick there, Jimmy.
Thank you.
With my pick, I'm going Stevie Nebraska.
all right. Is that
Perfect game in game 1 of the World Series. Yeah.
comes in on a helicopter? Played by Brendan Fraser, I believe.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And I know he was a pitcher, but I believe he could bat as well. He was a really good hitter in the movie, if I'm not mistaken. But so you're drafting him.
I'm drafting as a pitcher.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. All right, Mr. Moscow, you are up for pick number 3, sir.
This is a tough pick for me.
You've only had like days to prepare, Edgar.
I know Bennett. I'm gonna take Clue Haywood.
Love it. And
That's a great pick, Ed. Great pick.
Yeah.
first baseman, New York Yankees. Edgar, Greg and I were talking the other day. I had no idea about this, but Clue Haywood, the actor that plays him, was a Major League Baseball pitcher and actually won the Cy Young Award in 1982 for the Milwaukee Brewers.
No way.
Really?
Yeah, so a little fun fact there. So that's a great pick. He also leads the league in nose hairs, I believe.
Did you just steal Greg's tidbit? Because he's the tidbit master on
No,
this.
we pre-cleared that tidbit. That was actually Justin's tidbit. I had no idea.
Stealing one from you later, I'm hoping.
Greg's gonna have a lot more than me in the baseball realm, that's for sure. So Greg is up for the 4th pick overall, and basically Greg has back-to-back picks here.
Okay, well, this is tough. I guess I have to. I wish I could take 2 pitchers here, but I have to take Billy Chappell because I mean that's my boy from for the game.
That's your only Kevin Costner pick you're allowed to make.
Yeah, that's my only Costner we'll go with, but yeah, give me Billy Chappell.
You got to go with the battery mate too. That would be all time.
That is, if Gus doesn't catch, then Billy doesn't pitch. That's the problem. But I can't.
John C. Riley.
Sorry,
we
I'm not
talked
supposed
about him recently.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to name drop. I'm
Sorry.
gonna actually stay with for the game, and I'm gonna go a little bit off the radar. I'm gonna take Davis Birch from the New York Yankees, Billy Chappell's former teammate. I forget. I need to go back to the movie to where they flash his stats, but he's a 30-plus home run guy, and that was late in his career. So I want Chappell and Birch, but I want them kind of in the prime of their careers, and I think that'll be a formidable duo.
What position was Davis Birch?
He was outfield somewhere. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right, Edgar, you are up for your 2nd pick.
I'm gonna stay with the same movie and pick Jack Parkman.
Nice. Very nice. Catcher for the okay, so help me out with this. Where did he come from before he was with the Indians in that movie?
I believe the Oakland Athletics.
Oakland Athletics, then with the Indians, and they traded him to the White Sox.
Yeah.
Okay.
They traded play without asking.
Very good. All right. Nice pick. Mr. Bennett, you are up for the final pick.
No.
No, don't skip
me.
Franklin.
Oh, sorry, Franklin.
I'm going Stan Ross, Mr. 3000.
Oh, okay. Is that Bernie Mac's character?
Yes, it is.
All right, and he was an outfielder, if I remember correctly.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. All right. Stan Ross, Mr. 3000. Very good.
And he's got the ins to, the Bellagio. So if I need
Right.
to put a team together to steal some shit, he's right there.
That is true.
Very nice. All right. Now, Mr. Bennett. I'm sorry about that, Franklin.
All right.
Bennett, you are up.
For
You-
2.
Yeah, you got 2 picks coming up.
All right, this is tough, but first one we'll go with Benny the Jet from the
Oh.
Sandlot.
Nice one.
Good pick.
So we got Hobbs batting cleanup. Benny the Jet will be leading off with some speed here. There's so many good position players left, so I'm gonna wait on that, but we'll go. But this is a tough call between. I'm gonna take my coach now, and it's between 2, and I'm gonna go Jimmy Dugan. Avoid the clap. Jimmy Dugan.
Damn it, Bennett.
I had this ready for that. Like I was
Oh man.
All
I mean, there's other options, but
nice pick.
got
Nice
some
pick.
good leadership there.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, he hit a couple home runs in the World Series, 2 in Game 3 alone. Back for. Do you know? Was he based off of Jimmy Fox's like real life character? I want to say he was.
Sure on that. I'm not sure on that, but it seems plausible because he had like over 500 home runs in his career.
Right.
Um,
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. Mr. Franklin, you are up for your 3rd round pick.
Yeah. So I was thinking along the lines of Bennett too. There's a lot of position players out there that I like still. So I was gonna venture into the coaches, and I'm assuming what I'm assuming is his other one. I'm gonna go Lou Brown.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
I
hard.
want that, rough but funny coach.
Probably the most believable manager like that you could, in any of these movies. There's some good ones, but man, he just he looks like he could do it. And yeah.
The scene in the hospital is that's just phenomenal.
Love that British shit.
What would Lou Brown say about like the analytics era of baseball? Because I feel like this guy was like all about the hunch. I got a hunch. Now it's like somebody handed him and was like, well, you probably don't want to pinch hit here for Dorn because there's WAR. The guy you want to bring off the bench is WAR's too low. You probably would have pissed on it like you did on.
I mean, is Lou Brown like the baseball equivalent of Ed or? I mean,
yeah.
like down to
That
earth,
real raspy
wow.
smoker voice.
Yeah, I mean the
Yes.
voice,
Unbelievable.
everything.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. I would say so.
No, he's a legend.
All right. So we got
Good pick, Franklin.
back managers, Jimmy Dugan and Lou Brown off the board. So Edgar, you are up for your 3rd pick. You got Clu Haywood and Parkman.
I'm gonna stay with the position players and go with a little bit more power and take Dottie Henson.
That's
Nice.
Nice. Doug?
great pick.
Now, question: Can she classify as a manager too when Jimmy Dugan is out drunk?
She's got the leadership qualities, no doubt.
Yeah, she has high baseball IQ, so I don't see why not. I like it. So Edgar, you got 2 catchers on your roster and the first baseman, so you're going for more power over speed here.
We'll
Exactly.
talk about this afterwards, but I have it's funny looking at the players that like we're kind of picking from and how it is the exact opposite of typical fantasy baseball draft.
Right?
Like catchers, there's a lot of catchers, but we'll get into that after this.
Yeah.
I think Parkman's gonna like Dottie coming in and trying to steal his job though.
He's requesting a trade already.
Exactly. Gonna be some trouble in the clubhouse. All right, Greg, you are up for the final pick of the 3rd round here.
All right, I'm gonna go position player, and I'm gonna go with Willie Mays Hayes. Even though, as we talked about, maybe Wesley Snipes wasn't the world's greatest athlete, but Willie Mays Hayes probably stole about 70 bases. So I'll take that power, or excuse me, that speed at the top of the order.
Yeah, and you know how we talk about montages too. I think a great montage in Major League is when he's stealing all those bases and then hammering all the gloves up on the wall there. That's a great montage. All
Gotta
right,
take my first steps towards the Hall of
it's gonna be
Fame.
hard.
I guess I get another one.
You got your shoes tied. All right, Greg, you are up.
So I'm gonna do the same. I really thought one of those managers would be there when it came to me, so I'm getting a little nervous on that. So I'm gonna take Pop Fisher.
All right.
Who is kind of the other, like, this guy could absolutely have been a manager, but he also wanted to be a farmer, and he should have been a farmer, like he always said.
Is that what's his
Wilford Brimley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
diabetes.
Yeah. When he's not doing the was it Colonial Penn?
Yeah.
Yes, he did Colonial Penn for a while.
Oh, that's a good one. Good.
He pulls off. I think I remember seeing this here. Here's really a fun fact. I think he's only about 50 years old in the natural, but he plays like he's like believable that he'd be like 75 years old in that movie.
Yeah.
I feel
Well,
like he was like, he had that look for like
Yeah.
adult life.
Well, I mean, we're gonna go another episode where it's another person who was in Seinfeld as Postmaster General.
That's correct. That's right.
Good name. Yeah, good drop
He
there.
reminds me of Charlie Manuel a little bit.
yeah.
Charlie Manuel looked like he was 80 when he was about 50, I'm sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
all he needs to do is grow a beard.
Yeah.
True. That's true. All right, Mr. Moscow, you are up for the 14th overall selection. You're
All right. So with all the what do I want to say? Shit, I forgot. Whatever. But personalities on my team, I'm gonna go with Morris Buttermaker as my coach.
Well done there. I put 4 coaches down on my list, and all 4 of them were taken.
oh, a good. I mean, with all those personalities in your clubhouse, Moscow too, it's probably good to have a coach that can straight up drink during the game on the bench. So
Exactly. Right here.
it might you know, not, it might be frowned upon drinking in front of children at a little league game nowadays, but you know, back then it was par for the course, it seemed like. So all right, very good.
Yep.
With Morris Buttermaker. All right, Franklin, you are up for your 4th selection.
Yeah, I think I need some power, so we're going Pedro Serrano.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I actually just realized this. I didn't know that. That was played by Dennis Haysbert.
Yep.
I had no idea. I was just, when I was looking stuff up the other day, I just ran across him, like even looking at him, like he looks nothing like we know of him now.
Right.
There.
Yeah, exactly. Every time I think of him,
It doesn't seem.
oh no, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, but he looks different now, but he doesn't look like 30. He doesn't look 30 years older than he did in that movie, which is
No. He's
Yeah.
holding up pretty well for sure.
Yeah, I always get confused too. Is it State Farm or Allstate? That he's
Allstate.
Allstate.
yeah.
All right, nice. All right, Jim, you are going to round out the 4th round here. So actually, you're going to finish your draft here. So
Right.
you're going to go 4th, end of the 4th round, start of the 5th round.
All right. So I'm gonna drop some names considering I can't pick all these people. I just want to throw out a few names I had on the list. I'm gonna take Crash Davis.
Nice.
Bennett, I was actually looking at him next too. That's just a good pick.
I mean, Jake Taylor still up out there. Still got Gusinski. Marla Hooch is available. I actually wanted to make Marla Hooch my last position player, but that didn't.
Jim loves the hooch.
And then, Squints Polidorus is still out there for you guys. So
Nice.
Just
He's
throwing
just
that
a
out
legend
there.
in his own right. Yeah.
Do need a pitcher, and I got 2 left on my big board, and I'm not real sure where to go with it. I feel like I need a major league player on my team, but I don't know. I'll go with the youth movement. We'll go with Henry Rowan Gardner.
Oh,
Nice.
Nice.
that was a good one, Bennett.
I love it. Okay. Later to star in American Pie as well.
Yep.
And actually, Jim, if I gotta pick a character that reminds me of anybody, and it's Kevin from American Pie that reminds me of you.
Thank you.
No, yeah, no, I mean it was a compliment. He's always the one that like wants to get them together and be like, guys, here's to the like cheers to the memories. I feel
Yeah.
like he brings them together as a group. Like
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
all right, so good pick.
Glue guy.
All right, we got Brett up next to close out his draft.
All right. I'm having a little fun with this one. Well, I guess maybe not fun, but it's going to be pretty awesome. Thelonious Myrtle.
Oh, you're gonna have to help me with that one.
James Earl Jones in The Sandlot.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, mean old Mr. Myrtle.
Yeah. I was hoping to stump some people there. I didn't think I'd get Greg, though.
So
You
you're gonna,
stumped me.
so Hercules comes along with him.
Obviously.
Yeah, well, that's
We're pet friendly. We are pet friendly.
very nice. That's a really off the board pick. I like that. That's a very good pick. Now he was friends with George, he says in the movie, I believe at the end there. George.
Yeah.
Who? George? Herman Ruth? He was almost as good as me too. No, that's a great. Love it.
I hope he brings a signed baseball collection.
He used to,
with him,
he used
too.
to crowd the plate, which made pitchers pissed off.
I love it. Okay. Edgar, you are up for your final pick.
All right, so I need a pitcher here, and who better than to another crafty veteran, but not the one you're thinking of, Chet the
Harris.
Rock Stedman.
Oh,
Not going with Harris.
I thought he'd go with Harris. I thought when he said crafty better, I
Yeah.
thought Harris too.
But
I
not
thought
the
you were
one.
definitely going Wild Thing, but
Yeah.
okay. So was his character too? You guys can help me on this one. Was he portrayed after Roger Clemens with the nickname the Rocket?
That's a good guess.
That's-
I
That's a good
I-
guy. I don't know. If he wasn't a very believable Roger Clemens. One of those guys that looked like he was throwing about 36 miles an hour. But I know he was like washed up.
Okay. All right.
It's interesting.
And Greg, you're gonna close out the draft here.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm just, side note, completely shocked that nobody took Vaughn.
Yeah.
yes.
Like, I mean,
I was between
I
Vaughn
can't-
and Rowan Gardner.
it's hard. Yeah. I'm just more of just a shock. I can't believe that. And nobody took Ebby Calvin, New Lelouch either, but I guess I can't, I gotta take a position player. So we talked about this before we got on the air, but I'm going to go with the Whammer from The Natural, based after Babe Ruth, played by Joe Don Baker.
Joe Don Baker.
Struck
The
out.
infamous Joe Don Baker.
Yeah, and it's like Bennett, you couldn't have taken him because Hobbs struck him out, and I just don't think that dynamic would have worked in the clubhouse. So I took him instead, I guess. So
Okay.
yeah, the Whammer.
All right. Very good.
Whammer.
Very good. I like it. All right. So let me tell you what I'm going to do. I shared this with a couple of you guys. Jim, I know you got to go soon, but I just want to get your thoughts on this for a second here. So I put this list together this week, and here's my kind of all-star team. I want you guys, let's just go through it, and I want you guys to maybe say what you would change, say what you like, say what you don't like. So can you guys see the screen all right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So my, I you can see where they're playing, but I'm just gonna go through my starters and see what you guys think. So I got Willie Mays Hayes out in center field. I got Benny the Jet playing shortstop. Roy Hobbs. I put Roy Hobbs as my DH.
Smart.
So
Smart.
I got Clue Haywood batting fourth. Jack Parkman behind the plate. Stan Ross out in left field. Kelly Leak from the Bad News Bears, who played center field in the movie, but I figure Willie Mays Hayes could, cover a little bit more ground. So I put Kelly Leak as the more youthful up and comer out and right. Ray Mitchell is from Angels in the outfield. And, I don't remember a ton about him, but I remember he had like some nice stat lines, and he was kind of a pretty popular player. And then who's the boss, man? I got Tony McCully at second base. So that's my starters. My reserves, I have Dottie Hinkle behind the plate. And actually I got 3 catchers. So like in Major League 2, decided to go with 3 catchers on the roster. So Dottie Hinkle and Crash Davis. Got Lou Collins, who was in Little Big League, as my backup first baseman. And I got Pedro, and then Bobby Rayburn in the outfield. Bobby Rayburn was played well by Wesley Snipes in The Fan. And then Roger Dorn.
I had him on my list. Yeah.
Oh, and we.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no. And I was just gonna say, and we had talked too about how, Wesley Snipes not the most dynamic actually athlete, but in these movies he portrays them very well. So whatever the director or producers are doing, they portray him well. And then Roger Dorn, I kind of just threw him on there because, if he starts learning to field those ground balls, I think he could be a serviceable player on the team. And then
he still hits the ball pretty well, and I think you can bring him in as a pinch hitter. He may even make one for the team. So I just think you got to keep him out of the field. So he's worth a roster spot. I'm with you on that.
Any changes you guys would make from my position players here?
I think it kind of goes with what I was talking about before, though. Like with you got 3 catchers. I mean, they're catchers. They're kind of deep in this thing. Like there's a lot of good ones. Which in terms of the fantasy world, there's like never any. Like you're really scrapping. I had one on my list though that I believe he was first base. I forget for sure, but Jack Elliott from Mr. Baseball.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Played by Tom Selleck.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And if I remember correctly, it's been forever since I saw that movie, but I believe he was a pretty solid player. I think when they kind of redid his, like when he went back into his career and he did things the right way, he was a pretty solid player. So he'd be someone I would consider. I don't know if I'd switch him out or not, but he'd be someone I'd consider.
Okay. All right, let's go through the pitching staff I got here, and then you guys tell me again if you would make any changes from this. So Steve Nebraska up there, Billy Chappell, Ebby Calvin Nuke Lelouch from Bull Durham, Eddie Harris. I might put Eddie Harris in the bullpen, not quite start him. And I put Ricky Vaughn as a relief pitcher, although he was a starter. Henry Rowan Gardner. I got Willie the Duke Mueller from, the guy throws at his own kid in a father-son game. You've never seen the show Eastbound and Down. Kenny Powers is a great character.
He's one of the all-time great characters on TV, I think.
Ryan Dunn from Summer Catch.
Yeah.
So another crafty lefty there. Chet the Rocket Stedman, and then Sam Mayday Malone. I actually looked that up. I forgot he played a pitcher before he ran the there at Cheers. So
yeah, he played Boston
Pretty
Red
good
Sox.
list.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, the pitching list is great. I love the pitching list. There's not anything I would change with that at all.
Okay. All right. And I think to go back to Franklin's point, like movies, you're going to have your impact players, but like pitchers, catchers, and managers are kind of the ones that kind of get the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
You got your battery of pitcher and catcher a lot, and then the manager is going to make a lot of the decisions. So I think that's a good point. Like a lot of the outfielders might get like the might be like the star player on the team, but the pitcher and the catchers are kind of the most important, the way the movie portrays it. And
I
then
just saw the play-by-play and umpire.
Yeah. And I had the same reaction. I didn't see that originally when I looked at this photo the other day, but like as soon as I saw, I was like, oh my god, I just caught that.
Well done.
we'll go through these too real quick. So the team beat reporter Terrence Mann from Field of Dreams, hard to argue with. Team Doctor Moonlight Graham, whether he's dead or alive. I mean, that guy was. And then play-by-play Bob Uecker, who, believe it or not, when he was cast in Major League, they had no the guy that cast him. I don't know if it was the producer or whoever, did not know he was a play-by-play for the Milwaukee Brewers. So he just lucked into that role, as far as I know. And then
I might drop in, Justin.
it's really starting to pay off. And then the umpire, to me, there's no better baseball scene in any movie than the Naked Gun, the first Naked Gun, when Leslie Nielsen's the home plate umpire. So, and I think it was one of you guys, or might have even been Bruce, that said it, was, if you're going with your national anthem singer, Enrico Palazzo, as well, also
You have to.
Nielsen.
No doubt.
And then finally, the manager and the coaches. So I put Lou Brown as number one, Morris Buttermaker as the first base coach, although I probably should have made him my bench coach because he's sitting there drinking a beer half the movie. Jimmy Dogan, got to be the hitting coach with his background here. Pitching coach Phil Brickma, also from Rookie of the Year, played by Daniel Stern.
Daniel Stern, yep.
Hey, here's a tidbit for you. Did you guys know Daniel Stern directed Rookie of the Year?
Oh,
Oh,
I did
no.
not know that.
Ed dropped the knowledge.
Nice.
Love it.
okay.
Can we on Rookie of the Year and Little Big League, and how they are literally the exact same movie, and I don't understand what happened there. It's the same movie.
Yeah,
Like, and
no,
I've seen both on TV in the last couple. It's like even the subplots are the same. Like the mom starts dating one of the players. Like the kids, the whether it's Henry or Billy in the movie, like he has trouble with his friends because he starts ditching his friends and all that. It's literally the same movie, and I don't understand what happened or how that worked. Or they're directed by different people. They're starring a lot of different people, but it's literally just the same movie. It's almost like they came up with the same idea.
Yeah, I mean that's not an uncommon thing though in the movie business. If you actually think about it, even because while this happened a little bit before that, but the movies Ants and A Bug Life, they're the same exact movie as well.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's just someone had an idea for something, they whatever they did with it, but then I imagine they just two different companies ran with it.
Yeah,
That's true. Yeah, that's interesting.
interesting.
And we'll get to the bracket here in a minute, but yeah, those are some good points. But when we start talking about the movies here, I want to kind of go a little bit in depth with the years they're made, and you're going to kind of see some trends as well. So Jim, are you good to stick around, or you got to go?
Yeah, I got to go, but just if I could take a minute here to go through. I mean, I'm pretty much all chalk. The brackets, I think they're pretty well ranked, although For Love of the Game is probably a little underrated here.
Greg
But
agrees with you.
I think for the most part, I mean, the 8-9, probably could go 42 over Moneyball, but otherwise, I think it's all chalk from there. I mean, are you going to put that out later in the year as far as votes?
Yeah,
So
this show will air on Tuesday. I'm going to put it out though after we film this. We're filming this on a Sunday, so I'll put it out. I'll put it out today.
okay. All right. Well, I'll be sure to cast my votes, but enjoy the discussion, fellas.
All right, very good. We appreciate you joining us, Jimmy. We'll talk to you soon.
Later, buddy.
Thanks, fellas.
Good, Jim.
All right. So I'll
Real
tell-
quick, Justin, back to your list of coaches.
yeah.
I'll keep Jimmy Dugan as a hitting coach, but third base coach has to be two.
Oh man.
Wait, I missed that. What did he
That's
say?
like, yeah, that's for Major League.
Temple,
Yeah.
Temple,
Is it Templeton?
Oh.
Is it like Templeton? Like, yeah.
I think his last name's Temple.
Or Temple.
all right. That's a good one. I like.
That's
That's
a good.
solid.
Okay, that is a good one,
Yeah.
Ed.
He's one
Nice, nicely done.
is in the movie, but you don't really like hear about him besides like one or two scenes, like like a second or two. That would have been a good role for someone to just play a cameo in, I think.
Yeah.
As like an kind of not an important character, but in a really important scene, he's flashing a sign to Wesley Snipes and Jake Taylor. So, all right, good stuff. All right, I'll tell you what, guys. I am going to we're going to take a break here, and we're going to come back. Just give me 1 second, and we will be right back.
Thank you for listening to this show on Youngstown Studio. If you like our programming, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Facebook page, or subscribe to your favorite podcast platform like iTunes or Spotify. This is original Youngstown content, and we would appreciate you sharing the videos and the word about us. Thank you.